We might be standing in the shadows of Ferrari world, but the team have never won in Abu Dhabi, never qualified on the front row, and have one more chance to right that wrong then in the next hour. Can Ferrari do it? Perez needs to get out of the bottom five, does, by going 9th and pushes Pierre Gasly into that bottom five. Here comes the Frenchman now, crosses the line, and Gasly stays only 16th fastest, so he's been out-qualified by his teammate Brendan Hartley. Now we turn to Fernando Alonso, who does make it out of Q1 in his final qualifying session, but can his teammates Stoffel Van Dorn out-qualifying for the first time this year? No, sadly, he can't. That is 26 races in a row that Fernando Alonso has out-qualified Stoffel Van Dorn. Pierre Gasly, Martin, that is not a way to limp home.
I lost everything. I lost all the power, now 7/10 up. Smoke at the back of the engine.
So the question is, when did Gasly lose? That's why he would have had a very little power then. There we go. Yeah, he lost a lot of time getting to the line.
Well,
that saved Kevin Magnussen, didn't it?
Ericsson misses out. Only 11th fastest for him. It's Perez that we're looking at right now, and he can't find the pace that he needs himself. There's small margins out there, and he's not managed it. So for Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen, more relief from them, I'm sure, but there are others out on the track still trying to get into that top 10.
Not least Max Verstappen.
As Daniel Ricciardo limps across the line. He's only 9th fastest, Daniel Ricciardo, did a 41.9 in the final sector, which was quite a slow time. I don't know if there's a problem or he's just backing out of the lap. Here's his teammate, Max Verstappen, goes 2nd fastest. Ricciardo, the driver right on the bubble, 10th fastest, but is okay because Kevin Magnussen can't improve out of that bottom 5. Fernando Alonso finishes off his final qualifying session in the McLaren, 15th fastest. Sergio Perez just ahead of him. Kevin Magnussen 13th fastest. Marcus Ericsson out qualified by Charles Leclerc once more. He misses out, as does Carlos Sainz. On board with Lewis Hamilton, we've got one more corner to go. Let's see if this is good enough for a decent provisional pole time. Into the low 135s for Lewis Hamilton, but here comes Valtteri Bottas. Now remember, Bottas was on pole last year and won the race from there as well. Crosses the line and he's only a 10th off his teammate, but it's Hamilton with the advantage at Mercedes. Have a little look, Lewis. The Union flag is fluttering in the stands for you as you enter your last flying lap of the season.
Tower win, quite a stiff tower win then. 8th, of course, that's you lose braking performance, and that's what caught him out last time. Lewis knows he's got to get this one absolutely perfect because Ferrari, in the shape of Sebastian Vettel, is right on his tail time-wise.
Decent first sector from Lewis Hamilton. His teammate Valtteri Bottas just a fraction down, maybe a 10th of a second on him as Hamilton makes his way along that long back straight, some 327 kilometers an hour by the time he slams on his brakes and takes the chicane at turn 8 and 9, and that looked a lot better this time around, Martin.
Yeah, Vettel's going to cross the line with about 12 seconds to spare, so that's worked absolutely fine. The two Ferraris will cross the line last.
Hamilton on his way then for the next big braking zone. 4 heavy braking zones on this track, and he's 2/10 up with one more sector to go. He's got the middle sector nicely hooked up this time around, as he's got the potential here on this pace to dip into the 1 minute 34s on this lap. Valtteri Bottas though with a very good middle sector. He's also up on the best time that we've had so far.
Ricciardo flying in the middle sector too. We know the Red Bull's really good in the last sector.
Gets very close to the Armco on the exit of turn 17, but so far so good for Lewis Hamilton then. Can he take pole position here once more? On the front row last year, provisional pole for Lewis Hamilton this year, and he is the first man here into the 1 minute 34s. Next to come is teammate Valtteri Bottas, who did take pole 12 months ago. Isn't going to happen this time around. Puts that Mercedes on the front row, and they are in a position for a 5th consecutive front row lockout here in Abu Dhabi.
Vettel's flying, Ricciardo's flying, Verstappen too, not too bad. This Ricciardo looking like the faster Red Bull at the moment.
Ricciardo never been out-qualified by a teammate here. He's comfortably ahead of Max Verstappen, 4th fastest. Sebastian Vettel still out on the track though, and trying to get Ferrari on pole in the shadow of Ferrari world for the first time in the 10 qualifying sessions we've had here. Goes very wide through turn 20. He's giving it absolutely everything for one more time. Vettel crosses the line, only third fastest once more. Ferrari have been outdone in qualifying in Abu Dhabi by Mercedes, who have their 5th consecutive front row lockout here. And they've done it in the end by quite some margin. Ricciardo ahead of Verstappen. Red Bull will occupy the 3rd row. Grosjean out-qualifies Leclerc. Ocon out-qualifies Hulkenberg, who starts 10th. Lewis Hamilton, world champion in 2018, and he finishes off the season with his 83rd pole position.